Hi guys, this is Community Starcraft 2. I'm Sidewinder. I'm back for more games, and I am ready to bring you the most awesome replays you've ever seen. I just casted some of the coolest games that you're ever going to see. I mean, all in a row. This has been such a cool casting night. I hope I can bring you guys more cool stuff. Today we're going to be seeing a Terran versus Zerg. This is going to be COCABIRD, who is the green Terran, spawning on the right side of Metalopolis. He's going to be fighting bRUSlee, who is the red Zerg here on the left side of Metalopolis. They will be on cross positions, and whoops, okay, he was just waiting for the drone stacking there. This is going to be a Terran versus Zerg on Metalopolis, and this is a Masters level or Diamond level replay. I can't remember which one. It's been a little while since I downloaded this replay. By a little while, I mean a couple of days. But we'll see if this game is as good as the previous ones that we've been looking at. I hope you guys watched them. If you didn't, go back right now, stop what you're doing, go back and watch the last 3 community games, which was Venom versus a Terran player. I can't remember who it was. Another Terran versus Protoss, and a game where you'll just have to watch it. Just go back on my videos and watch the previous 3 community games that should be posted at the time that you're watching this, if you have not already, because they're some of the coolest games you'll ever see. And we're going to go ahead and jump right into this game and see exactly what this Zerg in particular is doing. He's choosing hatch first. He does have his gas going down. Terran player is on normal timings. Barracks going down at his front door. He's going to close this off with a supply depot as soon as he gets a chance. That was odd. My cursor showed enemy units there for a second. A little bit of a glitch. But if you're going for an opening like this, which looks like Tech Lab, this really signals Reapers. But you do want to get your orbital command done as soon as you can, which he starts right as soon as I start paying attention to it. His SCV is being harassed by this little pesky drone. The drone does split off in order to try to get some scouting information. bRUSlee does not know where his opponent is. Well, he does because he doesn't know where he's not. I mean, he's not here, so he can only spawn right there. So his drone's going to go in there and see what's going on, but the wall's already up. He is going to see the Tech Lab, signaling that the Reaper is going to be out soon. There is an SCV kind of hovering around here, which this should set off alarms for you Zerg players, and for this Zerg player in particular, because dun dun dun, down goes a bunker right next to this hatchery that's morphing. And this is actually a pretty good position because it's hard to get us around on your drones when you're dealing with this. He kind of overreacts a little bit, pulling 7 drones, or excuse me, yeah, that is 7, in order to try to deal with this. If you can get this SCV down, it effectively ends the rush. So down goes the SCV, bunker's canceled, and the SCV, or rather the drones need to go back to work. There's an Overlord floating in here to get this scout off from this side, which is very good. Up comes the Reaper to see what kind of damage he can do. And there's no queens, only a couple of Zerglings on the field, so this Reaper should get quite a bit done. He is going to bomb the hatchery just a little bit, maybe trying to warrant some sort of reaction, but he does fall back, not knowing exactly what's at the top of that ramp. He is just going to kind of hang out here for a little bit longer, and this is going to be a Reaper expand. As we can see on the production tab here, there is a command center going down in the Terran player's base, as well as a factory. But we'll see exactly what this Reaper is up to. He does have 1 kill, which was likely a Zergling, considering Zerglings without speed are not going to be able to catch this Reaper. There's another Reaper on the field, and there's even a 3rd in production. So this looks like a pretty fast Reaper rush. I mean, he's probably just being a little bit opportunistic and taking what he can get. For those of you guys that are not as familiar with using Reapers as some other people might be, 3 Reapers will one-shot a drone. So that's a really cool number to have if you're going for harassment. But the only trouble is that if your Reaper harassments don't work, then you're in some trouble. And all of a sudden the speed Zerglings are done. He does do some nice kiting to get these Zerglings down. There's still 2 Reapers standing, and a 3rd one should be on the way. There he is. He's hanging out saying, "Where are you guys going? Come on, let's get in the Zerg base and mess stuff up." But no, he is being recalled. There's another Reaper and Reaper speed coming down. So, this is unusual. Usually when you go for Reaper openings, you just see 1 Reaper to get in there and kind of bug them a little bit and get into a bunker if you can help it. One quick tip during a little bit of downtime is there is a spot you can place a bunker right here and sit your Reaper right behind it so that your Reaper is totally covered from Zerglings and stuff. The only trouble is your SCV dying, but your Reaper will kill stuff that's going to... Holy... There's a Ghost Academy coming down from this Terran player. There is a Overlord in the base, and the Overlord actually exits before he sees the Ghost Academy. He does see the expansion, and a factory, and some barracks, but this is strange. Fast Ghost Academy coming down, and if you do go for Ghost with Snipe, Snipe does ignore armor, and does really well against armored units such as roaches. Not so much Ultralisk, because they'll just get in your face and eat you. But they do well against Broodlords here and there. These Reapers are still having some fun. There are 4 Reapers on the map now against all these Speed Zerglings. He needs to kind of be careful. He can jump down the cliff, which he does, and he can just harass these Zerglings endlessly if he stays near cliffs. So a little bit of a micro battle going on here, and these Reapers have suffered 0 losses. And if you take a look at their kills, 4 kills, 9 kills, 2 kills, and 6 kills. There's 2 Corporals here ordering around the pansy other ones that don't have enough kills, telling them what to do, and that was cool work. More Reapers are on the way, so don't get the wrong impression. Now, Reapers are something that you can harass with, and you can harass with them well, but if you overcommit to Reapers like this, and they just walk up with some roaches or something, you're dead. So he's getting pretty fortunate that the Zerg player is not producing roaches, and that he's not really taking this Reaper harassment very seriously. Also, if you're Zerg trying to fight off Reapers, you need to put out Queens, because Queens are not going to take bonus damage from the Reapers. They do fight off Reapers fairly well. There's not a medevac out to heal these Reapers. And 3 more Reapers in production. This is insane. These Reapers do have their speed boost, which I have to admit I have not seen in a really long time. Since Reapers got nerfed, a lot of people have just kind of written Reapers off. And again, I'm not doing this on purpose, but I'm finding the craziest games recently, and I'm casting them all in a row. So I think after this game, I'm going to call it quits for tonight, because I want to end on a high note by seeing nothing but cool games. So here come these Reapers and trying to focus down these Queens. There's 6 Reapers in this drone line, and this is going to do so much damage. There are Queens rallying up, but these Reapers can jump down. There they go, and they're going to take out a bunch of drones here and force all this mining to halt for a while. And again, the only reason this is working is because he got good harassment with his Reapers initially, and the Zerg player's not taking this very seriously. He's going to focus down the spawning pool and get rid of these Zerglings. And he can load up into this medevac if he really needs to, but the medevac is going to go down to these Queens. This may be the end of the Reaper harass, but look how much damage it has done. If we take a look at the income tab, Zerg is actually just barely ahead in drones, which is terrible if you're fighting Terran. And he did lose a ton of mining time, and he did lose his spawning pool. Kind of funny, you can see a bunch of SCVs queued up, but he did lose his spawning pool, so he has to rebuild his spawning pool. He's back to square one. You should have your spawning pool ready at, like, 3 minutes at the earliest if you really want to get your spawning pool out first. But now there's ghosts on the field, and I'm really curious how these ghosts are going to impact this game. We do see the energy upgrade, so they are able to EMP as soon as a ghost is built. This looks like a Reaper Ghost composition here so far. 4 more Reapers on the way, and there's now a Spire coming up, now that he does have his lair already finished, and there also is an Infestation Pit, which signals fairly fast hive or just infestors themselves. There's also a Baneling's Nest coming down, 2 Spine Crawlers, and a bunch of bio upgrades. There was another little skirmish here, but I don't think that it really did very much while we were looking away. A couple kills on this Reaper, so just Zergling versus Reaper. And I'm sorry we missed. I'm getting a little bit distracted by the amazingness of this game so far. 4 more Reapers on the way. This is really, really strange. I can't stress enough how... here come the Ghosts, and he does pick up the Ghost and get out of there. So the Ghosts were looking to get in there and do something unusual. There's not nukes available. He is sniping these Queens. Look at that. Look how fast these Queens drop. And the funny thing is that now that he has these Queens, or rather he has less Queens, the Reapers are going to have a little easier time doing the harassment they need to do. I hope I'm not missing anything, because I feel like there's just crazy stuff going on all the time. There's now 5 Mutas coming out, which is really good because Mutas will take care of these Ghosts fairly well. The Ghosts can't snipe them, but they don't have infinite energy. And the Reapers obviously cannot shoot air. There's now Marauders on the way for this Terran player. So he's going for Reaper, Marauder, Ghost, which is so strange, especially against Zerg. I've never seen anybody run this build before. And again, these are really high-level players. Look at this APM. And they're useful APM. So I remember this replay being from Masters or extremely high Diamond. I still want to say it's Masters. So these players are not pushovers, but yeah, weird game thus far. A bunch of Zerglings are ready to come in here, but they're going to lose sorely to these Reapers in the bunkers. If they do get in the bunkers. There are Reapers in this bunker. There's a Marine and a Marauder in this one, obviously. Back behind there are Mutalisks ready to come in here and do some backstab attacks. Try to pick apart the Terran like they so methodically are supposed to. Here come the Mutalisks, and they're going to scout in here and see exactly what's going on. If these ghosts were respawning, they could really waste these Mutalisks with some snipes, since they do have a lot of energy, and you can see the Mutalisks just completely melt to those snipes. And the snipes has such long range that the Mutalisks really can't afford to get too close to them. I mean, they're almost out of the Mutalisk sight range, and they can still snipe them. A bunch of Zerglings sitting here at the gold for COCABIRD, who is our green Terran player once again. More Mutalisks rallying, but if it were me, I would not be very excited to go in there and try to fight a bunch of sniping ghosts. There are nice turret placements all around to protect against these Mutalisks. And up here is another Reaper skirmish, but he can't get caught by these Mutalisks. You can see the Mutalisks do catch up to the Reapers even with the speed upgrade. The Reapers are going to retreat to these medevacs and back to the ghosts who are going to help them out. I'd like to see Marines into this composition out of COCABIRD because the Marines can really take down Mutalisks fast. I'm kind of surprised we haven't seen any Banelings on the field yet for this Zerg player, since Banelings will take care of ghosts and Reapers pretty well if you can get them close enough. It's just that the Reapers are so dang fast, and they do get that bonus damage to light units. So Terran player has now got his third established. There's a bunch of Reapers sitting over here at the fourth. These Mutalisks could pick him off, though. This is really big, and he either doesn't see him or just doesn't react fast enough. Reapers are going to get out of there as fast as they can. The Zerglings come over here for the flank, but they don't catch him. Reapers are going to run as fast as they can and get back home. That could have been really disastrous if he lost this much investment into his army for nothing. So Reaper Ghost is moving out. There's a Marauder holding this watchtower. Reapers come up here in order to spot, and a bunch of snipes go off on these Mutalisks. And the Ghosts now have vision of these Mutalisks with their snipes. They do not fire, but here we go. A couple of snipes go on, taking down. Holy Moses, there's a bunch of Banelings morphing. 31 Banelings on the way. Reapers are now coming in and engaging these Zerglings. They're going to get in here and almost one-shot these Queens. You can see how fast they take down buildings as well. The Mutalisks now coming in order to try to help clean this up. Pretty decent kiting going on here to try to fight these Zerglings. Banelings come in, and they're not fast enough to get to these Reapers. That would have been huge, but the Reapers look like they might just go down nonetheless. Here are some Ghosts, and he's going to have to full-on retreat, so you can kind of see the frailty of the strategy. He does get a nice round. Here come the Banelings blowing up all the Mutalisks, or not the Mutalisks, the Reapers, and now the Marines go down, and holy cow, the Banelings really take down a whole bunch of units. Great army trade there if you're bRUSlee. But still, COCABIRD is way ahead due to the early harassments. Now these Mutalisks are fairly unchecked. They're going to take down all of these medevacs, a whole bunch of Marauders, a whole bunch of Ghosts. So bRUSlee is on the upswing now. He's really smelling blood in the water, and you just can't replenish fast enough with these Ghosts. So that's the frailty of this strategy. And I kind of felt like COCABIRD was skating on thin ice this entire game, and if he ever just fell through one little crack, it was going to be over. We may be seeing that now. There's now Marines rallying, but these Marines are in too small in numbers to do a lot of damage. The Mutalisks do pick off the Ghosts, and more Marines. There was a couple snipes going off, taking out a Mutalisk, but the Mutalisk numbers are still pretty strong when there's nothing here to kill the Mutalisks. Marauders have fun taking out a whole bunch of Zerglings, it looks like, due to the wings on the ground. Mutalisks are having more fun taking down this expansion and really controlling this section of the game right here. Here come the Zerglings coming here to try to surround this bunker. They are going to get the bunker down and take out whatever was inside, which was one Marine, one Marauder. 5 Ghosts are on the way, and if he can get good snipes off on these Mutalisks, which you can see he had him queued up, he will do some damage, but these Mutalisks are still in here. There's still a few left. You'd like to see bRUSlee really put out a bunch of Mutalisks to follow this up, since he's floating a ton of minerals and a ton of gas. So bRUSlee could have easily ended this game right now had he got more Mutalisks in here, but these Mutalisks are going to be finally cleaned up. And if we take a look at the production tab after all that harassment, bRUSlee is back in the lead by about 15 workers. He does not have his third saturated. He's floating a crap load of minerals, but we did see a greater spire go up, which you can see right there, wherever the spire was started. Oh, it's right here. Jeez, it really blends in. So greater spire is on the way. He's probably saving these all for brood lords.